Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today is October 31st, 2024. This is the daily read for the collective. It doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you're located. As far as the date is right, hopefully, this will be helpful for you. The justice energy is about gaining a balance in a situation where balance is needed. Um, Today's situation, um, you might feel like it's kind of not very stable because there are some concerns you have about your situation. Where you're gonna uh, meet meet the people or meet a situation where the other spectrums are needing to be taken care of. I know it sounds kind of it doesn't sound like a phrased properly, but what I want to say is there are some things that are different from you, and perhaps those elements are kind of contradicting your elements. But for some reason, perhaps there are situations where you need to um, be with the other people, deal with the other people from other spectrum, whether it is political, whether it is about a family matter, about financial matter, whatever that is. Um, it's possible that you're gonna be, you know, having the need um, to to do a balancing act. You know, meeting people in a middle point, so each other can feel balanced. That's the key. Maybe not exactly people, because um, not everybody deals with a lot of people. Maybe it's a situation where you feel like there is uh, kind of a sensitivity that you need to kind of um, balance it, and if you don't do it, it's gonna be going one-sided, uh, and there are reasons why you don't want to be one-sided for this matter, because even though it might be kind of delicate for you to understand the other's point of view, or maybe the other side of the reality, but you feel like something is valuable here in order to balance things out. So um, I would encourage you to be careful, because whatever things you want to do today, um, remember to have the flexibility. You don't want to lose yourself, but at the same time, you don't want to get into problems. So let's say I just throw it out there. If you support something, um, and the other person or the other group of people, they support something, but for some reason you guys have to stay together for a while, then it is important to navigate through the situation with um, with a very delicate manner and also very considerate manner. Being considerate is not only about is not only about uh, wanting the others feel all right, feel included. But at the same time, sometimes it is also about security matter. Uh, you never know where the other people come from. Even though they would say, "Oh, this happened to me," but you never know. So I wouldn't suggest anybody to take a risk to confront anyone, especially for today, because the Justice card is somehow related to the Libra energy. Um, Even though it's ruled by Venus, sometimes it is about gaining justice and also fighting against inequality. So whenever you want to fight today, make sure that peace is very important, especially for today. Because if you fight, it's possible that it will go even more out of balance. So before you fight, before you say anything that is gaslighting, just make sure that you are doing a balancing act. I I hope you don't need to react to um, someone being inconsiderate. I hope you don't need to react to that, because if we react to everything that is negative or offensive, then it's never gonna be the end. It's just gonna be more. So, but whether or not to take action towards someone or something, it's really depending on your situation. Maybe you feel like you have enough and you really have the chance to do things right, and you have to balance things out. And I mean, I also respect that, but hopefully not in a um, destructive manner, because we are here for some reasons, and everybody has a reason to be here, and it's very important to, I mean, as far as I know, to realize that sometimes it looks like we have the choice, but sometimes we don't. um, so if we can love each other more, then hopefully this will bring a better world for everyone. um, but the justice energy is also about, as I mentioned, balancing the good and bad, and try not to let the situation go one-sided, because we don't want to be out of balance. um, for a particular amount of you, um, for some of you, I feel like it might be a little bit difficult to accept the fact that there is a parallel universe that is happening, um, for the other people. Um, but it is important to realize that everybody has their own situation. Um, and sometimes if we feel like very angry about some situations, we have to remember that without negative, there will be no positive. And without positive, there will be no negative. There will just be neutral. So even though you feel like, oh, that's so bad, uh, it's it is not really that bad, because when you feel like something is so bad, you have a comparison. And if you know what I mean, if you can still compare for one particular situation, you might feel like, oh, it's so bad. Look how wonderful they are living their lives and how miserable we are. Where you're making a comparison. So yeah, maybe for one thing, it's really not looking that bright. But then, on the other hand, if you can also do a comparison with some situations that are way worse, then you can actually find out the fact that it's actually not that bad for your situation either. So I know it's kind of, you might feel like it's kind of counteracting, but it's not really that bad when you're feeling bad and try to compare yourself to someone or some situations that are worse than your actual situation. It can actually make you feel more grateful, and having more strength to continue. So anyway, um, last but not least, some of you, today might be a day to I don't know, some of you might, today might be a day to file something official, to deal with something in a very official way. Legal matters. Some of you, if you have experienced problems in relationships, or maybe you experienced divorce before, maybe there's something that has to be taken care of. And I have to say this. I don't want to say this, but something just pops into my mind, and I have to say, maybe some of you is thinking about a divorce. I don't know which one this will fit in. I'm not saying everybody's gonna get a divorce, but maybe some of you is at a crossroads. So you need to make a decision because it's been out of balance for too long. But at the same time, some of you need to consider what a divorce means, because a divorce can mean a lot of things. Sometimes it can bring a certain situation into balance, but there are a lot of little components within a divorce that has to be considered. Some of those components can be balanced out by getting a divorce, but there are also many components that can also get out of balance after the divorce. So it really, really depends on your specific situation. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this read. If you like this read, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate. And I'll talk to you next time. Have a great day. Bye bye.